From Pond to Plate, Small-Scale Catfish Farming in Nigeria, a practical guide. Catfish farming is one of Nigeria's most accessible and profitable agribusinesses for smallholders. Fast-growing, hardy, and with steady local demand, Claria's African catfish makes a perfect entry point for farmers who want reliable returns without huge startup complexity. This series is a contemporary, practical guide that walks you through where to source fish, what infrastructure and manpower you'll need, feed options and costs, an operation cost matrix, sales channels, and the domestic value chain, and the export potential, all visually presented for busy entrepreneurs who want action, not fluff. Series Introduction. It's Wednesday, the 26th of November, 2025. Welcome to the 140th edition of the Aria series. In this video, we do a deep dive into small-scale catfish farming in Nigeria. Before we get started, we would like to take a moment to welcome you to this channel. If you are visiting us for the first time, please subscribe, smash the like button, share this video, and help us grow our family. If you have already subscribed, then show your support by liking the video and making a comment. Now let's jump right back in. Where to get your starter fish, seed sources that work. Good production begins with good seed, fingerlings or juveniles. Options in Nigeria. Commercial hatcheries, best for reliability and uniformity. Look for hatcheries that supply vaccinated, well-graded fingerlings and can advise on stocking densities. Local nurseries and farmers, cheaper and often available in nearby markets. Inspect health and size uniformity before buying. On-farm breeding. If you plan to scale long-term, invest in broodstock and a hatchery/nursery unit to produce your own fingerlings. This requires technical skill but cuts costs over time. Cooperative bulk purchases. Join local farmer groups to negotiate better prices and transport. Tip: buy fingerlings of uniform size to minimize cannibalism, and request health/transport records when possible. Optimal infrastructure, the farm that works. Small scale doesn't mean sloppy. Good layout keeps costs low and production consistent. Must-have elements. Ponds or tanks, earthen ponds, lined where necessary, or concrete/HDPE tanks. For 100 to 500 catfish, a mix of 1 to 4 ponds, each 50 to 200 square meters, or 6 to 12 tanks, 1 to 3 cubic meters each, is typical. Water source and management, reliable source, borehole, well, treated river, plus pump, piping, and simple filtration. Good water exchange and oxygenation are critical. Aeration, paddle wheels, air blowers, or simple diffusers. Even small farms benefit from aeration during hot/dry months. Nursery/hatchery area, sheltered space for weaning fingerlings and acclimatization. Feed storage, moisture-proof, rodent-proof store in a cool spot. Shed and workspace, for feed prep, netting, record-keeping, and minor equipment. Biosecurity controls, foot bath, restricted access, and equipment cleaning area. Packaging and cold chain, if selling processed or to restaurants, cold box or small freezer for temporary storage. Layout tip: place storage and processing close to the water source. Position ponds for gravity drainage if possible. Manpower, right people, right roles. You don't need a large team to run a small farm, but clear roles matter. Owner/manager, one oversees finance, sales, bookkeeping, procurement, and compliance. Farm operator/technician, 1 to 2 daily feeding, water checks, netting, harvesting, basic health monitoring. Trained in pond husbandry. Nursery attendant, if applicable, one manages fingerling care and grading. Support/seasonal help, 1 to 2 for harvesting, processing and transport during peak activities. Access to vet/aquaculture extension service, on-call can be contracted per visit. Trained staff in fish welfare, record-keeping, weights, mortalities, and biosecurity. Prevention saves far more than treatment.
Feed for catfish, types, costs, how to apply and store. Feed is the single biggest recurring cost in catfish farming and the main driver of growth performance. Feed types and sources. Commercial pelleted feeds, complete diets with known protein levels, usually 25 to 40% for different growth stages. Reliable, standardized, and easy to use. Buy from reputable feed mills or agro-input dealers. Homemade/mixed feeds, corn, soybean cake, fish meal, rice bran, and local ingredients can be blended to reduce cost. Requires formulation knowledge to meet protein and energy needs. Supplementary feeds, kitchen wastes, maggots, or earthworms can supplement but should not replace balanced diets. Cost, indicative. Commercial feeds, costs vary by brand and protein content. Expect feed to be the major operational expense, often 50 to 70% of operational cost. For planning, use feed conversion ratios, FCR, of 1.5 to 2.5 kg feed per kg weight gain, depending on management. Because prices fluctuate, treat any numeric cost as indicative and update before budgeting. Application methods. Feeding frequency, 3 to 4 times daily for juveniles, 2 times for grow-out fish. Adjust for temperature, feed less when water is cool. Feed quantity, use a percentage of fish biomass guideline, e.g., 3 to 5% biomass per day for small fish, gradually reducing as fish grow. Track consumption and adjust. Hand feeding versus automatic feeders. Hand feeding is common and allows monitoring appetite. Automatic feeders scale better and reduce labor. Storage. Cool, dry, sealed containers, protect feed from moisture, pests and direct sunlight. First in, first out access, use older feed first and label batches with arrival date. Avoid contamination, don't store feed near chemicals or strong-smelling items. Operation cost matrix, simple budget snapshot. Below is a compact operational cost matrix, annualized, for a small farm, indicative ranges. Use this to build your own spreadsheet with real quotes. Cost category. Typical items included. Indicative annual range, Nigerian Naira. Capital, one time. Pond construction, tanks, aerator, pump, cold box. 500,000 to 3 million Nigerian Nairas. Fingerlings, recurring. Purchase of seed. 50,000 to 300,000 Nigerian Nairas. Feed. Main recurring cost, based on FCR. 200,000 to 1,200,000 Nigerian Nairas. Labor. Salaries for 1 to 3 staff. 150,000 to 600,000 Nigerian Nairas. Utilities and water. Electricity, fuel for pump. 50,000 to 300,000 Nigerian Nairas. Health and vet. Medicines, vaccines, diagnostics. 20,000 to 100,000 Nigerian Nairas. Transport and sales. Collection, delivery, market fees. 30,000 to 200,000 Nigerian Nairas. Miscellaneous and contingency. Repairs, inputs, registration. 30,000 to 150,000 Nigerian Nairas. Total, annual. 1,030,000 to 5,850,000 Nigerian Nairas. Notes, ranges depend on scale, location, and whether you buy/process for live or processed sales. Create a monthly cash flow to smooth seasonality. Sales channels and domestic value chain, from pond to plate. Understanding demand and routes to market improves margins. Direct to consumer. Farm gate sales, simple, minimal handling, customers pick up live fish. Good margin but limited volume. Local markets, selling live or dressed fish in markets reaches many consumers but adds handling costs and time. Institutional and bulk buyers. Restaurants, hotels, and caterers, require consistent size and quality, may pay premium for reliable supply. Supermarkets and cold chain buyers, need clean processing and regular delivery, opportunities if you can supply filleted or iced fish. Wholesalers and aggregators, buy in bulk for redistribution, lower margin but less sales effort. Value-added processing. Dressed, bleeding, gutting, and iced fish extends shelf life and opens higher-paying buyers. Smoked or frozen products, higher value and access to longer-distance markets. Requires small processing unit and permits.
Value chain steps. Production, pond/tank, 2. Harvesting and grading, 3. Processing, dressing, smoking, filleting, 4. Cold storage/packaging, 5. Distribution, markets, restaurants, 6. Retail/consumer. Quality, cleanliness, and timely delivery determine buyer loyalty. Keep records of weights, deliveries, and buyer feedback. Export potential, can small farms reach global markets? Yes, with qualification. Nigeria has potential export markets for catfish, but moving from local to export requires upgrades. What it takes. Consistent quality and volume. Export buyers demand uniform size, low residue levels, and traceability. Small farms can aggregate via cooperatives to meet volume. Processing standards and cold chain, access to certified processing, HACCP, sanitary facilities, freezing capacity, and chilled transport. Regulatory compliance, export permits, sanitary certificates from veterinary authorities, and compliance with destination country rules, residues, allowed additives. Market linkages, work with exporters, trade promotion groups or fish processors who buy domestic supply and export. Practical paths for smallholders. Cluster/coop model, pool harvests into a central processing facility to meet minimum export volumes. Value add at source, smoke or fillet to access niche diasporic markets and regional trade. Partner with processors/exporters. Become a reliable supplier to an existing exporter rather than exporting directly. Realistically, many small farms find better margins selling locally but can tap export windows through aggregation, quality upgrades, and partnerships. Final bite, practical tips to start strong. Start small, document everything, keep simple records of feed, growth rates, mortality, and sales. Monitor water quality. Dissolved oxygen and ammonia are silent killers, test regularly. Focus on market first, secure buyers or offtake agreements before a big harvest. Invest in training, a short course or extension visit pays off in better FCRs and lower mortality. Plan for seasonality, dry season increases oxygen stress, adjust stocking and aeration. Catfish farmer startup checklist. From pond to profit, what you must have in place. 1. Before you start. Identify your target buyers, restaurants, market sellers, neighbors. Decide pond type, concrete/HDPE tanks/earthen pond. Confirm reliable water source, borehole, well, or treated stream. Draft a simple budget covering seed, feed, labor, utilities and harvest. 2. Sourcing healthy fingerlings. Buy from reputable hatchery or trusted nursery. Choose uniform-sized fingerlings/juveniles, reduces cannibalism. Check fish health, active movement, no wounds, no deformities. Transport in oxygenated bags or clean containers. 3. Infrastructure setup. Pond/tanks cleaned and disinfected before stocking. Adequate aeration, air pump/diffuser, installed. Drainage and water exchange system functional. Secure environment, fencing, nets, restricted access. Feed storage room, dry, cool, rodent-proof. 4. Daily operations. Feed 2 to 4 times daily depending on fish size. Observe fish behavior and appetite during feeding. Remove uneaten feed after 20 to 30 minutes. Change water regularly, maintain clear, oxygenated pond. Record feed quantity, mortalities, water changes, and growth. Inspect for disease, lethargy, wounds, abnormal swimming. 5. Feed management. Buy quality commercial feed for fingerlings and juveniles. Use floating pellets for easy monitoring. Store feed off the floor in sealed containers. Apply first in, first out rule for feed batches. Supplement only with safe, protein-rich materials when appropriate. 6. Labor and biosecurity. Assign trained worker for daily feeding and monitoring. Keep ponds and tools clean. Disinfect nets regularly. Control visitor access. Use a simple footbath if possible.
7. Harvesting. Grade fish before harvest to ensure size consistency. Harvest early morning or late evening to reduce stress. Prepare crates, ice, bags or processing tools ahead of time. Maintain hygiene if dressing/processing fish. 8. Sales and value chain. Confirm buyers before harvest, restaurants, markets, aggregators. Price by size category, e.g., table size 800g, 1.2 kg. For processed fish, ensure clean workspace, proper bleeding, gutting. If smoking, use clean kills and good quality firewood. 9. Cost and financial tracking. Track all expenses, feed, seed, utilities, labor, medication, repairs. Track all income streams, live, dressed, smoked. Calculate FCR regularly, feed use divided by weight gained. Update cash flow monthly. 10. Safety and compliance. Register with local farmers association or cooperative. Follow environmental and waste handling guidelines. Keep basic first aid and PPE on farm. 11. Export readiness, optional. Maintain consistent quality and hygiene. Connect with certified processors/exporters. Record traceability, stocking date, feed types, medications. Quote of the week: it takes a skilled man or woman to catch a fish, but anyone can learn the art of fish farming. Anonymous.